Who plays? The details that have come out at Taylor Parker's trial for the murder of Reagan Hancock and her unborn baby girl, Braxlin, is so disturbing and tragic. Trigger warning right now, viewer discretion is advised. Let's get into it. So as I told you yesterday, prosecutors are alleging that on October 9, 2020, Taylor Parker murdered Reagan Hancock and took her baby from her stomach. She has also confessed to this, but now we know some details. So we already heard from the OBGYN who performed Taylor Parker's hysterectomy way back in 2014. And we also heard from Taylor Parker's best friend and her ex-husband and a co-worker who said that Taylor Parker would often fake illnesses and use manipulation to get what she wanted. Now today we heard from a DPS agent who dove into Taylor Parker's social media posts, interactions, and Google searches. The data showed that Taylor was in frequent contact with the victim Reagan, but she did try to delete the Facebook messages. They also went through Taylor's Facebook page where she would post updates about her fake pregnancy. She also ordered baby bedding and purchased a crib through an online Facebook group. Around that same time, Taylor was searching the internet for fake pregnancy bellies, which she ultimately purchased one from fakeababy.com, and she also posted a fake ultrasound photo complete with a custom gestation and sex of the baby. The belly that she bought from fakeababy.com was a silicone belly. The special agent noted that when the fake belly came in, she started posting selfies of herself showing a larger belly. She then went on to have a fake gender reveal, and she said that she was due on September 17th and she was having a C-section. And also on September 17th, she unfriended her own mother as well as Reagan Hancock, the victim's husband, on Facebook. But here's the crescendo, y'all. On September 14th, Taylor Parker started searching for places where pregnant women could be found. She looked for maternity consignment shops, OBGYN clinics in East Texas and Shreveport. And she made appointments there and was seen at both. And Taylor also searched a Texas license plate number which was linked to a female that was pregnant. She also joined teen mother pregnancy Facebook groups, and prosecutors are alleging that she did this so she could try to find a baby. And she was also looking for midwifery certificates as well as private adoptions. How outside of the hospital birth certificates work. They believe she wanted this information so she could pose as a midwife. So after September 17th, her due date had came and gone, and she had still not found someone that she could get a baby from, according to prosecutors. So 2 days before Reagan Hancock was murdered, Taylor Parker started searching for her. She actually searched her previous and current addresses as well as the office of Simmons, Texarkana OBGYN, and she also viewed a photo of Reagan and her husband on their wedding day. Remember, I told y'all she took their actual wedding photos. She had her phone number because she was their photographer, so she texted that number from a faked phone number and just said Reagan, but that was not Reagan's phone number. So she decided to just reach out to Reagan directly. So she reached out to her on Facebook and they met for coffee a day before Reagan was murdered. And meanwhile, while all of this is going on, Reagan is lying to her boyfriend, telling him that she's getting an inheritance from her grandmother. She used an app to fake conversations with her grandmother and her aunt to show that she's supposed to be getting this inheritance, and she then showed the information to her boyfriend. After she sent him the screenshots of the conversations, she would delete them all so she could hide the evidence. So as we know, on the day that Reagan was murdered, Taylor Parker went to her house, and according to prosecutors and the autopsy, Reagan was slashed and cut 100 times with a scalpel that was later found lodged in her neck. And keep in mind, on the same morning that she was supposed to give birth, she called in a fake bomb threat to the hospital using an app to disguise her phone number. And then her boyfriend went on to work. He was supposed to meet her at the hospital at around noon. After her boyfriend left, prosecutors allege she went over to Reagan's house and she murdered her, took her baby, got pulled over by police with the baby's placenta still attached to the baby, and she stuffed the placenta in her pants. When the police took her and the baby, to the hospital, it was obvious that she did not give birth, and unfortunately, the baby, little Braxton, did not survive. And Taylor's mother found her deceased in that house with her 3-year-old daughter. Reagan's 3-year-old daughter was in the house sleeping when this whole thing took place. And this woman has pled not guilty. And in Texas, she is eligible for the death penalty, and prosecutors have indicated that they will be seeking the death penalty if she's found guilty. Rest in peace to Reagan. She was only 21 years old, and her little baby Braxton. They did not deserve that at all. Taylor Parker, this is a disgrace. Put your thoughts in the comments, please. This is Double D Mobile for the Black Accurate News.